For further analysis of the summit, we now connect to Professor Laura Southgate, lecturer in politics and international relations at Aston University in the UK. Professor, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you, Daniel. It's nice to be here.
Right, all the eyes were on Hanoi, and doubtlessly all expectations were on hearing about a major agreement reached by Kim and Trump. But despite having a good and constructive meeting, they did not reach nor sign in any agreement. What implications can we take from that?
Get through anyway, I think it's clear that at least there's now a dialogue. We have some trust. Our relationship is growing. So I think there's a level of realism that's potentially now coming into the relationship, which is that this isn't going to be something that can be resolved within a couple of different summits. It's going to be something that is going to need to be taking time over. The relationship needs to develop, potentially bringing in outside allies as well, bringing in South Korea, Japan, China, and so on.
Well, the two leaders set a friendly and relaxed mood on the first day of the summit, highlighted by a social dinner with top aides. From your perspective, were there any signs that hinted at a possible collapse of the summit and negotiations? If so, what were those?
I don't really think that there's anything at the beginning that could suggest that this was going to break down in the way that it has done. Everything seemed very cordial. The relationship seemed quite warm. There is very much, especially from Donald Trump's perspective, that desire to develop that relationship with Kim. Warm handshakes, lots of smiling for the media. So I don't think that there was an indication that potentially there was going to be this breakdown. I do think that potentially what the United States wanted with regards to its own interests, with regards to complete denuclearization, and what North Korea wants with regards to the reduction of sanctions, means that there was always going to be a difficult conversation to be had there, and that was always going to cause tensions. So I think there might be the suggestions that potentially this breakdown might have been expected, potentially in some respects.
Both sides came in with rigid expectations and resolve, it seems. And it also seems that there's still a big difference in terms of what Kim and Trump want. Trump said there's no set schedule for a third summit, but in the U.S. and North Korea resume talks. Who do you think will make the biggest concessions?
It's a very good question. And obviously each party will be hoping the other makes the biggest concessions in this. Look at this as being a loss for the Trump administration, whereas I think Kim can walk away from this still with some positives to take away. He sat at a meeting table with the President of the United States. He's had this dialogue. So I would be surprised if Kim and North Korea is the first to make concessions on this. And it might be something that the United States is going to have to discuss in more detail with South Korea, for example, and Japan and regional allies about what can be done next with regards to the economic situation in North Korea, which is North Korea's major concern in this situation, and whether any kind of movement can be made with regards to the sanctions.
Well, Professor Southgate, thank you so much for your insights. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.